How do I do it? It's been a while.
Yeah, you want to go look at the last time you did
I
a
got
video?
it. What's going on, guys? Welcome to TM Academy. What do we got? A bug? There's a bug on you, bro. Can't even make it 5 seconds, and you're already over here laughing. This is where we talk about Pokemon. We talk about the top decks. We talk about the decks we're playing. You know, we talk about all the stuff. We learn you a thing or two. But today we're going to be talking about NAIC, the North American International Championships. They just happened. We just came from there.
The biggest North American tournament
Yep.
for Pokemon TCG ever.
North American only, not ever, period. No, because I guess there's
Japan be having like 30,000 person
they
tournaments.
do be having big tournaments. I guess you're right.
So it's probably not.
I guess you're right.
I don't want to make the claim it's the biggest tournament in the world, but it's the biggest tournament in NA for sure.
For sure. We just came from there. I don't want to talk about how I did.
I did okay.
Sure.
Comparatively.
No, comparatively.
Yeah.
Let's get into the top 8 deck list before we talk about some other stuff about NAIC. Oh, also we got cool shirts.
Yeah. Look at those coming to a hot topic near you. You like it?
Can they see it?
Yeah, that's pretty good. All right, let's get into it.
Yeah.
Make
cool
sure to
shirts.
subscribe as well.
We were wearing those. We were handing out pins at NAIC. Ooh, it was fun time.
Let's get into this. So, top 8. You had a decent variety in here. I don't think anything shocked anybody except the best deck. The number 1 winning deck was, of course, Inteleon Urshifu VMAX. I think it's shocking. Well, I think it's shocking that it won the whole event.
Yeah, I do too. Not shocking to see it up here, but shocking to see
I'm on quote saying
take the dub.
Chin Pao, going to be mid. Inteleon Urshifu, kind of good. And then Arceus Umbreon, kind of good. So, I think my predictions came true. I thought Lost Box was going to do a little bit better, but
sure.
Let's kick it off with Cyrus's deck list. They performed very well.
There we go.
Here we go. It's very standard Urshifu Inteleon VMAX. 3/3 line of the Inteleon, 2/2 line of the Urshifu. Octillery searches your Rapid Strikes. Medicham gets you an extra turn. Radiant Alakazam, move that damage around, and then the rest is just good cards. 3 for Sealstone. I think that's something that I didn't have.
It's a little hefty.
And Kylie's list.
A little
2
hefty.
Irida feels a little low to me, but what do I know? I'm not the world champ or the North American champ.
Mm-hmm.
This is it. This is the one that won.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything too crazy in here. Cheryl makes a whole lot of sense in this deck list.
Mm-hmm.
Inteleon bounces energy back to your hand. Urshifu just discards your energy, so oftentimes you're sitting around with no energy at all. They try and ping some damage on your Octillery. You can get rid of that too with Cheryl. So Cheryl feels like a great include in this list. Like I'm saying, nothing else in here is that shocking. You run 3 Battle Vip because you can get them off Irida. This is just a really good list.
One going second.
I think it was a fantastic meta call too, knowing that at least in the top 64% or top 64, Lost Box was almost a quarter of all the decks.
It's hefty.
Yeah. That is an insane amount of players, and especially Gardevoir too. You are taking a lot of easy kills. So
getting murked.
Yeah, about half the field you're cleaning up. So Cyrus, they made a great call
Mm-hmm.
playing Inteleon Urshifu today, this weekend. Not shocked. I want to mess around with it, play it. I think it's good. So
it's pretty cool.
Yeah. Going on, Ian Rob, our second place.
Arcdura Umbreon. A deck that I tested going into the weekend and thought it was a brick city, bro.
I bet you played 1 game.
No, I played 12.
12 games with Arc Umbreon?
Brick city. Constantly dead drawn. Constantly. It was just brick after brick after brick.
What's different in
this deck sucks. This list is the same list, basically.
Did you run 2 Adventures Discovery?
I think I might have ran 3.
Wow. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like once you get Arceus and Arceus V-Star, you're chilling because obviously Star Breath gets you whatever you need.
Yeah.
And what were you testing against most of the time? Was it just Chin Pao?
Pretty much just Chin Pao, but it wouldn't have mattered. Whatever I was testing against was
because Duraludon and Umbreon are both kind of useless. I feel like this deck performs poorly specifically against Chin Pao.
Yeah.
Because Chin Pao can get those numbers real easy. You're not really shutting down anything that Chin Pao is doing.
Mm-hmm.
You'd have to like boss up Killback Excalibur to slow him down. So
yeah.
I think it's a bad matchup for Chin Pao, but everything else in the meta feels like a great call.
It hurt. Felt like a brick.
No, I think this list is good. Now, why the Radiant Alakazam? Is that just to fix some numbers?
I don't know, man. It was in the list that I looked up ahead of the time to like see if I should play this list going into NAIC. That also played the Radiant Alakazam, and I didn't necessarily understand whatsoever. If I was to guess, well, he doesn't play it, but the list I played or seen had Radiant Hawlucha. So I thought maybe you're supposed to like Hawlucha into the Alakazam, into the Choice Belt.
Well, you can't Hawlucha and Alakazam. You can only do one or the other.
What do you mean?
Oh, the ping one. I thought you meant Radiant.
No,
I thought you said Radiant.
You ping and then you move the damage counters, and so maybe you can still hit the 220.
That makes more sense because you're trying to hit the correct numbers.
It's for the 1-hit KO on a 220V.
Yeah, I don't know.
But you need the Choice Belt and you need the ping and you need the Alakazam.
This is not the sauce that I know. But this is a meta call deck as well. Let's see here. Number 3, you got
Back to
Calvin
back
Collins.
Guardies. Back to back Guardies.
And this is
Standard list.
This is Paldea Guardy here. You got the 1 reversal energy. Yeah, and you got the Ionos. That's pretty much the main difference.
This list is like identical to mine. I play one less Super Rod. I don't play Penny. I play Avery instead of Worker. I play one more Prof.
Pretty similar stuff.
Yeah, it's pretty much identical.
Let's see. Rowan's deck, it might just be almost the exact same.
Yeah.
It's a little different, isn't it?
It's looking also pretty identical.
Yeah. It's Guardy's. There's not too much secret sauce in Guardy.
No. No. I was playing Artisan.
Then Victor, the only top 8 Lost Box deck. I don't know why it's doing that. Boop.
Is it doing the classic double click thing? Okay, here we go.
I think that's what it's doing. Yeah, and so you got Dragonite V still, Raikou V, and Drapion for, of course, Mew. Drapion also seeing some usage in the Gardevoir matchup as well. It does a lot,
yeah, I don't know. Takes out a Gardevoir EX with a big old skadoosh.
This is,
skadoosh.
Of course, not a Kyogre variant.
Nope.
You run the Forest Seal Stones here. This is just
nothing crazy.
Just normal Lost Box.
No spice.
Of course, another Arceus Umbreon list up here at the top with Pikachu. And a 1 Slacking V, a little spicy.
What, you play Path? Yeah.
Yeah, you can path your own Slacking. Or if the prize counts are on the right numbers, you don't have to. So,
Arc, Umbreon,
dude,
Pika.
I said it, bro. I said Arceus, a Dark-type Pokemon, and some other Pokemon. And that's a pretty good deck.
Yeah, apparently was.
Let's see here. Arceus Duraludon with Umbreon. Yep. Again, the Radiant Alakazam. Nobody's telling me why. The streets are in confusion.
Yeah. What are our damage numbers? Look at our numbers. What are we hitting for?
You hit for 160 with Umbreon, 220 for Duraludon, and then of course Arceus is 200, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I don't know what number you're fixing. Now, spicy tech, Panic Mask. This is purely a Guardy counter.
It is.
Did you see the stream match?
I did not. No.
Yeah.
I was too busy playing.
Somebody
DLC,
loaded up. They had hand attached to a different Pokemon, and then loaded up it was either Gardevoir or Zacian V, something like that, to less than 40 HP. And they went to swing, and the dude was like, Panic Mask. And the guy got. It was very visible. Can't be mad. But it did pay off for at least some Panic Mask player. I don't remember if that was Christian I was watching or somebody else. And then last you got Justin Brothers here with Arceus, not on PTCG Legends, but if we go over to Limitless, you can pull it up right here.
It's right there.
Pretty normal stuff. The Urshifu VMAX, it's pretty much the same list we've been seeing. Squawkability is in there now, just to help you get more of an early game start, because if this deck doesn't get going early, it is very punishable. I hate this deck because of this card.
Capturing Aroma, yeah.
Let it be known, I lost to it though. So
Capturing Aroma sucks, man.
It is a very I don't like it. And you got Mexico's. Too much of this deck is coin flips, and then it just doesn't feel like it does enough. But between Stonejourner KOing, Arceus, Yveltal KOing, Mew, Tyranitar KOing, everything else, you have a lot of options, which is why Lugia was good in the first place.
Yep.
That's your top 8. The rest of the field, nothing crazy. Chinpao, highest placing was Owen Rhodes with 12th place, and he played the Pokestop version with cross switchers, canceling clone, all that fun stuff.
And 1-1
Arceus. Why? Just to have another attacker, I guess.
I mean,
the V-Star ability is also fantastic.
And you can Baxcalibur to the Arceus.
You
Swing
can
with the Arceus for 200 and ramp 3 more energy out of your deck.
That's true, but you can't. You can only ramp it to itself or the Lumineon V on your bench if it's there.
I guess you're right.
So you're not getting the ramp onto Chinpao, but it is a great attacker.
Maybe it's just for the V-Star ability.
I think that might be what it's for. And then looking through the rest of it's pretty normal. You have an Arceus Aerodactyl in 17th place. Purely just Aerodactyl Arceus.
Yeah.
The interesting, I saw some people talking on Twitter. He runs the Maiwall.
Yeah, that's a class.
Keep him in, and then they do 90 more damage, and that is a magic number because Aerodactyl does 240, so you're KOing Mew.
330.
Ross Cawthorn.
330.
And 33rd with Darkrai.
I know.
So Darkrai still performing a little bit. And then
at the very, let's go to the bottom.
You got Alex Szymanski. Was he the number 1? Did he end up being the number 1 North American player?
I think so.
Playing United Wings. Now I want to build this deck.
Let's go.
It has answers for a lot of things. Murkrow KOs Mew. Flamigo goes in the discard. Wattrel KOs Lugia.
It does.
And maybe like a Palkia, stuff like that. I believe this Fighting Gallade is the one that deals extra damage or deals damage based on Vs. 60 for each of your opponent's V in play. So
That's
he's
pretty good.
You have an answer for Arceus. This one's the Buddy Catch, gets you a supporter. But pretty good. You run the Curly line, of course, for discard. Two Ditto. Interesting.
Yeah.
But you have rescue carriers, or one rescue carrier.
You're chilling, bro. You
have 2 heavy ball, so you can make
sense.
sure none of your guys end up in here in your prizes. And then, of course, 2 Squawkabilly
Double
EX.
Squawkabilly. Squawkabilly makes sense in this list.
It does.
A whole lot.
And you load up your bench, and then you can discard Squawkabilly later with the Collapse Stadium.
Ideally, you get you a Flamigo down, pick up your Flamigo, Ultra Ball for Squawkabilly, yeet those bad boys into the discard pile.
And one of the great things is it attacks for 1 Dark Energy.
Yeah, I know.
Now,
here's what we need to make this list truly dominant.
I think it becomes too good.
We print a Howlucha.
A fighting
type Howlucha.
I think the deck becomes too good.
Let's do it.
I think it becomes too saucy at that point.
Please.
It is a good deck.
I'm begging.
It's in a good spot. So that's pretty much where did Mew finish? 10th. Yeah.
10th. Yeah.
Fusion Strike Mew is what most people were playing.
It was throughout the weekend. Yeah.
That's what I played.
Seen a lot of it.
Didn't want to think too much.
Yep.
That's pretty much your top 8 and top 64 breakdown. I didn't look to see if they had the metrics for day 1 and stuff like that. Maybe statistics. Yeah, let's check out the statistics real quick.
Oh, statistics.
No, this is just the.
It's just the overall meta share.
Yeah.
Probably is that for day 2 or is that for?
I'm not sure. Yeah, this doesn't have what I want, but because this just shows the top 32 as well. So but that should give you a good idea. This top 64 gives you a good idea where the deck's finished out. Anything super shocking to you besides Inteleon winning?
Nope. Me playing so bad.
Dude, what happened?
I don't know,
Let's get
man.
into it. What happened? You played Gardevoir.
I did play Gardevoir. It actually, to be completely honest, I don't feel too bad about it because it was like it was like 95% exclusively not my fault whatsoever.
Yeah.
Like there was one game within a set that I lost because I made a mistake. The rest was just like opening a Manaphy, getting mellow at a donk.
That the good thing about doing that in the first 3 matches is it doesn't happen in your last 3. It would suck more to go 6-3 and have bad matches at the end.
So it was all stuff like that. I started Illuminion 1 game. I started Manaphy 2 games. It was just overall just brick city. The one game where I had a chance to win, which was the first round, I can't remember what it is I needed one specific card. Or maybe I think I needed to bump a path. And I had multiple path bumps. And I had 4 Curlias out that 2 evolved into Shining Arcana. So I refinement 4 times. I Shining Arcana 2 times. I even played an Avery. The dig through did not get any of my path bumps. I drew like 27. It was like an astronomically large number. It might have been a prop that I played, but
if that Avery was a worker.
I know if the Avery was a worker.
Time to swap it. I feel like I had a pretty similar experience with my problem with playing Mew this weekend was I felt like I always chose the wrong of the 2 options I could go down. And the main one that stuck with me was I could have played a Power Tablet to Jenny for 1 more card.
Yeah.
To try and find it out to Elisa Sparkle. But I felt with like 1 more card I wasn't going to do it.
Yeah.
But in like the previous 2 games I played Greedy and I'd also gone wrong. So I was like, you know what? I'm not going to play Greedy. And then I top decked 4 Sealstone next turn and I felt terrible. So I had a lot of moments like that where I was like, dude, I just chose the wrong path each time. But it was okay with me because what do we got? 14 minutes. Let's get into it. We dropped and went and did side events.
Yeah, I did 03 drop for me, 02-1 drop for you, 03 drop for the fiance, 03 drop for your wife. It was really bad for everybody.
Yeah,
but side events,
I lost box players went great.
Side events was spicy. I was loving the side events.
Well, I was loving playing the side events. Actually, every moment until it started usually was a bit rough.
Yeah.
All the judging staff was busy doing the main event.
Yep.
So they had outsourced most of that work to another company to do the for
side events and all that stuff. And it ran like dog. I love playing side events and I loved the prize wall and stuff. We'll talk about that, but the actual side events themselves ran so poorly, so horribly. Everything started like 40 minutes late.
Let me clarify, not to the judge's fault.
No, not at all.
I think the people that are actually like trying to do stuff right.
They were. There was one time we were playing this 2v2 format where you play like a 3-lane version of Pokemon, which was really fun, and I enjoyed it, and it paid out a lot of prize points.
And it includes a whole plethora of different rules.
Yeah, exactly. So it has all those different rules, and they assigned one lone judge to the whole thing, and there was maybe
100. There was 100 plus.
100 and 150 players out over there trying to play 2v2, and they had one judge. They had not set up the area, so everyone's over there at the start time, and no one's there. 20 minutes after the start time, this girl shows up. She's trying to set the table numbers. They gave her the wrong table numbers, so she's like trying to tell everyone, hey, table 1 is actually table 40 something, so you need to add this number to your table number that you get for the pairings. And then so she's like really struggling, and we're trying to be like, hey, don't worry about it, we understand. But everyone's like not knowing what to do. Keep in mind, in the lead up to this, you're sent all over the convention center. You know, you got one person telling you to go over here. And so you're over here waiting, and then you hear an announcement that it's over here, and then you go over there, and nothing's happening, and then a judge from there tells you to go over here. And so, like, pretty much throughout the entire event, a lot of, like, going over here, going over there, going over here. I mean, just for our own solo, we wanted to play the
raid format.
The raid format, which is just a solo thing. You just need one judge to do it. They sent us everywhere. It took us, like, 40 minutes to start that bad boy.
It was like... people were unsure. At one point, we almost got mixed into a completely different
they put us in
format.
They put us in a.
It was like an 8-player.
I think they put us in an 8-player pod. Yeah. And they were like, sit here. And
we're like, that's not what we're trying to do. Yeah. You know? But once again, once we actually got down and sat down to play the raid format,
fun.
The judge who was doing it for us was fantastic. Same with 2v2, same with GLC. Once all those events started, it was good. I think they just were unprepared. I think they knew how many people were going to be doing side events. I think they were just unprepared for it anyways.
It ran much smoother the third day when the main event was over.
Because all your judges were over there now.
All the main judges came over, and then they started using RK9 for signups.
Oh my goodness.
And that went so much smoother.
They used RK9 for GLC signups because there was 300 players. Or maybe there was 300 for the first day.
4 separate GLC tournaments. The first day we missed the first one.
Yeah, the second one there was like 100-something players.
Yeah.
Saturday had 300 players for
300-something players.
And then the third day they used Arcanine, and it was so much smoother.
So much smoother.
Makes you question why they didn't do it the whole time.
The whole time.
It was just maybe it was out of the picture, but it made it run so much smoother.
Yeah. They had their own staff and everything, and we were told by a bunch of different people that, you know, that nothing was really told to anyone. There wasn't really any training seminars, that they didn't really know what was going on. So I don't know who was running it, but they weren't running it very well. I will say this makes me appreciate day 2 a lot, because day 2 side events run very smooth.
Day 2 ran very well.
Now, I will say all of that is made up for the fact that their prize wall at NAIC is absolutely cracked.
Yeah,
it is so. There's a picture of one. This prize wall was so good. The prize payouts, for example, if you played 2v2, you and a teammate, and you won it, you would get 800 prize points. So 400 between the two of you. They had the skateboards for 700 prize points. They had booster boxes for 360 prize points. ETBs for 200 prize points. So you could get 4 ETBs for just going 3-0 in the 2v2 event, and that only cost you $20, right? Of course, there was some weird values when you start factoring in resale value for product that they have. The Snorlax was 700, but they had like Hidden Fates ETBs, Shining Legends boxes. They had Unbroken Bonds booster boxes for 360.
The economy was messed up.
The economy was cracked. You could go in there, win the 2v2, win a GLC tournament, and buy you a case of Unbroken Bonds for your prize points.
Yeah, it was absolutely insane,
and it was nuts.
So that was fun. It was
really
it was nice that was broken. That was in our favor.
In our favor. Yeah.
Here you can see like this tournament was loaded with players.
The convention hall was crazy.
Let's see here. Pokemon Center. We can talk about that.
Pokemon Center was good.
It was good,
but they did
until people started realizing that they only had a certain amount of the exclusive items every day.
Yeah,
and they would run out really quick.
Very, very fast. They limited it to 1 per person, but they did not bring nowhere near enough.
No,
the item.
Speaking for myself, exceptionally lucky because we got pointed in the wrong direction at first.
So did we.
And then I showed up and Kylie was like, "Hey, there's one mat left. You want it?" And I was like, "Yeah, grab the mat."
Grab the mat.
And then I walk around another corner, and they're like, "Hey, there's one deck box left. You want it?" And I was like, "Yes." And so I got extremely lucky. We were able to get those. You had a buddy.
Unlucky. But then someone came in clutch later.
Yeah, we had some people from our city there as well who were there to help. But once it was cool, they had some free stuff to give out.
And then
I loved it.
I ended up reselling the skateboard for one of the mats and some money.
Mhm.
So it ended up being the good timeline where everybody who wanted a mat got a mat.
Yeah,
It was all good.
So overall, fun experience.
Very fun.
Would go again. Columbus is definitely C tier, D tier.
That's Columbus, the city.
Yeah, the
that's
city.
It's pretty.
Oh, dude, it was
garbage
so
tier.
bad. I went in here and I went by major events, and I was like, "Oh, please tell me they did it somewhere else at some point." And yeah, they do it in Indianapolis. They do it in St. Louis.
So 2019
So,
was also Columbus, though.
Yeah, but you can go
What was
like
2020?
2018. Hold on, 2020.
2018 was Columbus.
Yes, hold on. Where did I go? I went too far.
2018 was Columbus.
2020
2019 was Columbus.
2020 they didn't have an NAIC. This one was also in Columbus. But if the double clicking, bro.
Dude, yeah, it's the mouse.
Like here's
plug it back.
2017 Indianapolis.
Oh.
So they've jumped around.
It's been 6 years since somewhere other than Columbus, though. Bro.
Well, 3 years they didn't do any because of COVID. So
Sure.
hopefully we'll take it somewhere else.
I'm hoping because Columbus is bad, man.
Yeah.
His city sucks.
Yeah. So, good event overall.
Great event.
I think the main concern right now for the meta is the percentage of ties of games going to time.
With the current format, with Lost Box and Gardevoir being decks that play extremely slow or extremely fast, but just do too many things, there was just too many ties. Way too many ties. The two of the games I lost were 1-0. And then the other game I lost was, of course, the Donk one, where I just got absolutely slaughtered. But, it just... Too many ties. There's just way too many ties. I think adding 10 more minutes would have done a lot to help the tie rate. Best of 3 60 minutes instead of best of 3 50 minutes. But, what can you do?
There's not too much you can do. I think it's just the way the format is right now. It'll slowly change over time.
We'll see it at Worlds.
Yeah, I'm interested. Did we get City and Flames before Worlds?
No, I don't think so.
Do we not?
Do a double check. Let me hit a Google real quick.
Yeah, go ahead. I'll figure out. You look up when.
I got Obsidian Flames.
Okay. When is Worlds Pokemon?
Obsidian Flames is definitely not 11th of August.
Okay.
So Obsidian Flames drops the day that World starts.
When does Pokemon 151 come out? Does that come out before Obsidian? Not for us, right?
Pokemon 151 date is September 22nd. So this is the Worlds format. And then immediately after the Worlds, the format's going to change pretty aggressively month to month.
It'll be our last change before that. And lastly, we did get to see a look at the upcoming regionals. I don't think PTC Legends has it here. I didn't have it pulled up. But some noticeable ones for NA. You have Peoria, Sacramento.
Yes.
Somewhere in Canada. Is it Toronto?
I can't remember where it was.
I think it was Toronto. And what was the last one? Let's just go ahead. Pittsburgh,
yeah.
And I want to say Toronto. So we have 4 NA tournaments coming up. I think they only went up to about October.
Yeah.
So, and they announced 3 more for the rest of the world.
Yeah.
And we should get quite a few more announced at
You
Worlds.
will maybe, probably, possibly see us at Peoria.
Yeah. Peoria is
say hi
easy,
if you're there.
Easy one for us. But that's about it. And I see a good time. Excited to do it again. You can't, or if you haven't gone before and you can make that happen, you should go. It's very fun.
It's such a good time.
And play GLC.
Play GLC, please.
That's the main thing. All right.
I'm begging. Anyway, that's it.
That's it for us.
This video. Like, subscribe, do all of that stuff. Shout out to all the people that we talked to at NAIC who we gave pins and we talked to about our YouTube channel who subscribed. We came, even though we haven't uploaded in a month because we took a little break on the lead up to NAIC. Not that it mattered with how poorly we played.
Nah.
But we took a little break on the lead up to NAIC and we came back with I think like 12 more subscribers, 13 more subscribers. Something like
cool.
that. Something like that. That's
and
very
of course,
fun.
if you're not those people, go ahead and subscribe, leave a like, comment.
Yes.
Let us know if you were surprised by anything that happened at NAIC. And we'll see you in the next video.
Bye.
Goodbye.